Hi, you guys. So today, because we have such a beautiful day, I'm trying not to get in the sun here. We have a beautiful day, and I am going to do our little art and alpacas from the area where June the camper is. So here's June the camper. Once I get it all fixed up inside, we'll do a little art class in there. So I'm going to move the camera down because we've got some really fun things, and the sun is right in my eyes. So what we're going to do today is something that I kind of had a little strange dream about. And I don't know if it's ever been done, so let's see if it has. So I like to weave, and a lot of times I look for things that I can weave with. And so sometimes I'll look at, like really strange things like this, like could I do a weaving in there, or could I do a weaving on the fence or something. So today what we're gonna do is we are doing spiral notebook weaving. So because kids still need to use their notebooks because we're still in school, I'm gonna show how to weave just simply with yarn right there. And then this one, this is a smaller one. You can see that the spirals are a little further apart. And I made this one. It's got the little pom-poms here. This one is with ribbon. And I made it so that it also has a bookmark. So this has this little alpaca bookmark. And you can open it up. And you can see that it's attached like this. So this is a fun way to have a journal and have a little weaving on the side and just make it really cute. I Googled around to see if anyone else was doing this, and I haven't really seen anything like it. So maybe my weird dream was like for real. So I'm going to show you the two different ways that we're going to weave into this spiral binding, okay? And I'm going to make this a little closer, and I'm going to go down a little further, and we're going to get this just right, you guys. So what we would like to do is, first I'm going to show you how to do it with, oh, it's windy out, with the yarn, okay? But I've only got this spiral notebook to show you how to do it on. So if you have a large, kind of a darning needle, I would say, if that's what that's called. I like the plastic ones because they just work so much better, and you can get them super cheap on Amazon. But I could not find any of mine, so I have to use this darning needle, and it's a little hard to get it through there. But depending on how many times you want to go back and forth, on this one, I would weave one color down and tie it off, another color down and tie it off, and then I just used one of those little kid rubber bands to tie it off, and then I frayed the end. So, but on this one, I took one long piece of ribbon and I just wove it. So this is a really fun project to do for adults and kids. So that if you just have free time and if you want to make your notebooks look really good. So if you do not have one of these needles, and I learned this trick from, excuse me, my voice is so weird when I get outside because of all the allergy stuff. So sorry about my voice. So if you don't have this, my friend Sherry Gibb from Clever Octopus taught me this. So this is just a lid that you'd use from, let's say, Parmesan cheese. And for this one, I have to make it pretty teeny, but you just want to cut it into sort of a point like this. I may have made this one too little, but you're going to hole punch it. And that, of course, I never have a normal hole punch. I only have a weird shaped triangle one. But you get the point. You will take your yarn all the animals just got fed and they're wondering why I don't have treats for them. Sorry, I just licked my hand and I know we're not supposed to do that right now, but oh well. So when you start weaving with this, probably when you weave into here, you should tie a knot right there. But as you're weaving, it's just really soft. And I found that when I'm weaving into a spiral notebook, I can only do 2 at a time because it's so stiff and the needles won't go through. But this one helps a lot because it's a little bit more flexible, but you can still only weave through 1. So that is your DIY how to make a weaving needle. This works great on things like when you do weavings on cardboard, and I'm going to do a class on that. I'm trying not to say the word gonna because I say that so much and that is terrible English. So I'm trying hard. When I rewatched my video, I realized how many times I said that word and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Okie doke. So I'm going to take, see, I'm doing better. I'm going to take about this much and I think I'm going to, listen to that chicken going crazy out there. I think I'm going to tie a knot in it because, no, I'll just tie half of a knot. How's that sound? So when you do it, you can decide how long you want the ends. On this one, I'll probably fray the ends like I did this. So, but I also like the idea of you making a bookmark out of it. I love that. So I'm going to tie a knot. Okay. And then, just like with weaving, so when you weave, the threads that go up and down are called the warp. So let's pretend that these are the warp and that this is the weft. So the weft goes this way. So this is a good intro to weaving for if you have not woven before. So vertical lines are the warp, vertical things that go this way are the warp, horizontal is the weft. Now you'll go over and under, and like I said, I only do 2 at a time just because I cannot get my needle to go through more of these. So you just have to be aware, just be really watching what you're doing, that you're going, I've made this mistake many times where I've gone over 2 or under 2, and then I have to go back and take it all out because it looks really goofy. So that's why doing maybe just 1 or 2 at a time seems to help a lot. The temperature is gorgeous. I hope you guys are all outside today in your yards and doing things. Of course, we can't go to parks here in Utah, or really we shouldn't be going to parks and playing on equipment at all, but 6 feet away from each other, right? I mean, this is the best time to be crafting. So you'll just push it all down and go back down the other way. So I ended on top of this one. So when I go back down, I'm going to do the opposite and go under it. Because weaving, if you've taken a weaving class from me, you know the one thing I'd like to say is that weaving will never let you make a mistake, ever. Because if you make the mistake, it's just going to pull out. So you'll start to see the weaving pattern starting. It's just so fun to do with ribbon. If you don't have ribbon, let's say you don't have yarn and you don't have ribbon, think of all the things that you could do this with. You could do it with grass blades. You could, really long, sturdy, not the grass from your yard, but stuff that you might see growing in a field or down by a creek if you're outside a lot. You could also, I'm going to use this as my longer piece. You could also do it with, let's say, I'm going to show you how to do the ribbon too. Let's say you wanted to do it, you didn't have ribbon, but you have a lot of older clothes that you want to give to the Goodwill. So you could do that. You could cut your clothing or your shirt or whatever into a smaller, where in the world is the end? Into a smaller, hey, there you are. You could cut it into a smaller piece like this, and you could use this. I am so not a fan of threading these, and I may not be able to do it while you guys are watching because it's so nerve-wracking to me to do this on camera. Okay, did it. Phew! Okay. Hi, everyone. I see so many people on here that I know. It's so fun to see all your names and people I've taught before. I love it. So I did tie another half of a knot on there, and I'm going to tie off about this much. I just want this one to be a combination. Woo, can you see how windy it is? I want this one to be a combination of yarn and ribbon, but I do need to probably, I should have tied this one into a knot, but I didn't. So that's my deal. I'll have to thread that again later and do it. So this one ended under, so we'll probably start over, right? We just do the opposite. But I do, actually I'm gonna flip it around because I want to tie a knot in this one. I want the end to have a knot on it. So it just helps it be more stable. You can trim all of these things later, but it's just so dang cute to have. Every time you see a spiral notebook, you'll be like, ah! You'll be like, there is a loom. There is a tiny little loom. So look at the last one that you did, and it looks like it went under, so I'll go over and under. So I love the ribbon. I like to keep the ribbon flat as I can, but totally up to you. I like the variegations and the color differences in the ribbon. And then you can just keep pushing it over. I'm not going to finish it. I'm not going to finish it. See, I'm trying to not say that word. I'm not going to finish it. I'll just show you how easy it is. Again, if you had a plastic needle, I wish I knew where my plastic needles are. This is driving me crazy. So if you want to end this, you would just tie it into a knot. Whoop. It's so hard because I want to look at everybody that's on there and see all your cute names. So this one, you can leave these long. Like I said, you could, I'm probably going to trim this one and leave this one long and make it into a charm like this. So these are the charms I use for the alpaca necklaces that I sell, and I have a bunch of them. So now let's say you want to add the pom-poms on. I just bought pom-poms at the craft store, and so this is the top, right? Because I'm impatient and I struggle with patience so much, I tried it with this, and when I did, I was just too impatient and I couldn't wait for it, so I had to eventually use a glue gun. But I know because there are so many kids doing these projects that it's best to probably use this glue unless you want to help them with it. As an, adults doing this project, it's just super easy. So really, you just have to squeeze that together and trim it off. And then you'll have your cutie pom-poms on top. So because it doesn't dry quickly, I'm going to let that sit. So all of these projects that I do are going to be on it'll be on my Instagram stories for 24 hours. And then of course it's on Bergstrom Farms on YouTube so that you can rewatch them. But this is like the most fun and mindless little project, so that when you put your, I have a lot of spiral bound things, books and things, so when you put them in your bookcase, it just looks great. You can use so many different things to make that look cute. So those are the two things. There's yarn and there's ribbon with the bookmark on it. And there's the little alpaca guy. Let's turn him around so you can see. There. So see how easy that was? So hopefully you can rewatch this on my stories today. So I hope you have a fabulous day. And see, that didn't take too long. It's kind of drying, this one here. These are just, oh, there it goes. You see what I'm saying? That's where my frustration is. Use, if your parents are helping, use a glue gun. I bought these just at the dollar store. So today, for the animals, I just am doing sliced apples because they've been really picky lately about what they've been eating. So let's go feed them. Let's do it. They may come, they may not. I guarantee I know who is going to come, and that is going to be Winston. Let me move that back so you don't just see my huge face. Okay, let's go here and let's turn this around so we can see what's going on out here in the pasture. Okay, let's see what everyone's doing. Oh, alpacas are fighting. Let's see. Let's watch them fight for a second. Major fighting going on down there with Harrison and Patch. They're teenage boys right now. So, treats! Treats! Come on, boys! Well, here comes a chicken. They are at an age where, oh, there's one rolling. I don't know if you saw that. Where all they do is fight and just do teenage boy things. No offense, teenage boys, but they roll around and do all these things. Here comes sweet little Rose. She's going to see what's going on. I see a goatee coming. See, when you grow up in Wyoming, that's a skill you have right there, the whistling. Okay, come on, sweethearts. Come on. Goatees! Sheepies! Come on, alpacas, I've got a treat. Sorry, I'm yelling in everyone's ear. Okay. Might just be my little sweethearts today. Come on. Theo. Come on, Theo. The chickens are hilarious. Okay, now they're getting the idea. Here comes Theo, and here comes Big Bad Winston, and there's my Theo. What a sweet boy. See, can you see the ends of Theo's horn? Oh, I got it. So they scratch themselves so much they get these almost like felted pieces of mohair. Hello. Sorry, when I get too far out, it pauses. Winsty. Looks like we might just have a bunch of crazy goatees today. The alpacas are so busy fighting. Let's see them. So busy fighting. Winston, don't, please. They're so into it. Oh, that was a good one. That was like a all-star wrestling. Winston, don't. All-star wrestling with the alpacas. Yeah, I know my video keeps pausing. I'm so sorry. I'm too far out into the farm area. What I found out is that when it redoes it on Instagram Live, the pauses are only for like 1 second. So that's good, but sorry if I get too far out here. I'll start heading back so that it doesn't pause. Okay, listen, you crazies. So, Pops is going to get mad when he sees Goaty's up here because he just made these fences. Go. Now let's see what these guys are doing. I'm going to head further in so I don't pause so much. Okay. Winston. Here you go, buddy. Look at that little tongue. Woo! Do you want to give everyone a kiss, Winston? Give everyone a kiss. Okay, let's check up on the fighters. Oh, we might just see the best fight ever. Let's see. Ow, Winston's biting me. Sorry. Hopefully it's not pausing anymore. Let's just watch this little alpaca boy fight for a minute. Ugh. They get fighting teeth when they're about this age, so when they get sheared, I've probably already said this, they get sheared in a couple of weeks, they get their fighting teeth trimmed, and they're in the back on the bottom, and they can really injure each other with fighting teeth. So we have to really be cautious about making sure their fighting teeth are trimmed down. Can you believe it? I didn't know any of this stuff. I was like, oh, alpacas are so cute and fluffy. Whoa! Crazy. Oh my. There's so many fightings. I don't know if you can hear their voice or their loud yelling. Well, you're being a good boy, so I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this. There you go. There's a little apple for you. Alpacas! Come on, boys! Oh, here they come. Whoa. Come on, boys, treat! Treat! Come on. Come on. Come on, let's get a treat, Patchy. Come on. Patchy, come. Come on, sweet Patch. Not you, sweetie. I mean, you're a sweetheart, but... There's my Patchy. There's my good boy. And my Harrison's a good boy, too. Oh, see, he's got fleece in his mouth from fighting. Let me get that out. Let me get that out. It's stuck on his tooth. Okay. Sorry, let me back the camera up just a sec there. Would you guys like this? There you go. Honey, Winston, here's the deal. You've had so much. Don't spit. Please don't spit. Up, spit fight. Boys, boys. Oh, they are on a roll today. Okay, boys, come on. Let's stop fighting. Let's stop fighting. Come on. They reach down and, oh my gosh, grab each other. Boys. Hey, 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 hey. Well, you guys got to watch alpaca fights today. Alpaca fighting 101. Usually if they get too nutty, I have to go out and break it up. But I don't want to get injured, so. Uh-oh. Boys! Boys! A lot of yelling. Here's a treat. See if that'll stop you. Here's a treat. Thank you for being a good boy. Thank you for being a good boy. Yeah. So if you guys have ever watched wrestling, this is pretty much what it is. Grabbing each other by the legs to see who can knock the other off balance. It's all gone, sweethearts. It's all gone. Okay, well, this has been a fun day of fighting, and I will hopefully see you guys at the at the end of the week when I do another class. Oh my gosh, they are... I gotta go break it up. Okay, I'm going to break up a fight. See you later. Okay, bye. Oh. Boys, boys, let's stop. Come on. Come on, let's stop, boys.